I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is Psych Hacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the topic of today's short talk is the truth about rejection. We're all going to experience rejection over the course of our lives. In fact, because the universe lives closed, which is to say that the default answer to any question in life is no, we are going to experience vastly more rejection than acceptance in any domain of our life, personal or professional. So the sooner that we can understand the truth about rejection, the faster we can disabuse ourselves of some of the illusions that people maintain about this experience that really obstruct their overall growth. So there are 3 illusions about rejection that I want to dispel in today's episode. I call them the 3 Ps. This is the belief that rejection is painful, personal, and permanent. Painful, personal, and permanent, the 3 Ps. Let's work through each one individually. The first illusion about rejection is that it's painful. Rejection does not have to be painful. What I'd like you to consider is that rejection is just information. Yes is information, no is information. And as I mentioned in the fundamental game of human relationships, in the game of please no, the way someone says no contains a clue, contains information with respect to how to potentially get them to say yes. The more that you can see no, the rejection, as just a piece of binary data, a 0 versus a 1, and the more that you can potentially evaluate the quality of that data to your own advantage, the more you can take the emotional sting out of rejection. Okay, the second is that it's personal. In the vast majority of cases, it's just not. Maybe you try to pick up someone at a bar and they turn you down, or you send out a resume to a potential employer, they never get back to you. Is this really a personal rejection? I mean, in the first case, the person who's turning you down has spent all of 60 seconds in your presence. It's not so much that they don't know who you are, they can't know who you are. They have not had anything close to sufficient time to do any kind of due diligence with respect to your suitability. So they're really rejecting some idea of who you are. Now, to be fair, there could be some aspects to your appearance or your words or your tone that is contributing to that idea. But ultimately, they aren't rejecting you because they don't know who you are. Same thing with the employer. They're rejecting a resume, a piece of paper. And again, maybe there are some things about the presentation of that document that you could improve, but there's nothing personal about rejecting a piece of paper. In the vast majority of cases, the people doing the rejecting don't know you well enough to actually reject you. So it can't possibly be personal. All right, and the third P is that it's permanent. And this is kind of due to the first P. The painful emotional experience can trigger a catastrophic thought cascade. And before you know it, you're thinking that you're never going to get a job, you're going to die alone, or that you're going to be a loser your entire life. And that's just not true. That's the emotional mind talking. Now, it's almost certainly true that you will need to experience a great deal of rejection before you find a quality relationship or before you find a high-value job. However, every rejection on some level just brings you closer to that eventual acceptance. It's like that Edison quote, "I didn't fail, I just found 10,000 ways that won't work." So, rejection is not painful, it's not personal, and it's not permanent. And if you can dispel these 3 illusions and approach rejection as a piece of information capable of guiding you toward your eventual acceptance, you will have a much easier time in life. What do you think? Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And if you'd like to schedule a consultation, you can reach me at psychhackspodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.